Hi folks, Tyler Capozzi here with a Final Cut Pro down and dirty, quick and easy color correction tutorial. So I'm going to be going over my two most commonly used filters for Final Cut Pro. So right here, I've got a shot inside a cave and it's pretty dark. So that's one of the most common things that I might do is brighten up some footage. So what we'll do is go into the Effects tab and then go to Video Filters, go to Color Correction, and go to Color Corrector 3-Way. We'll simply drag that right onto the clip, double click the clip, and then click on the Color Corrector 3-Way tab. To brighten up our footage, all we'll want to do is slide the mids over to the right. And we'll want to be very subtle with this. So that's looking good right about there. Now, bear in mind, like any filter, if you go too high, it can start looking really ugly. So generally, I wouldn't go much beyond that halfway point, but that's looking pretty good right there. Cool, let's look at another example. Here we got Mad Dog inside the blind. It's a little bit dark, so let's grab our Color Corrector 3-Way filter, drag it on, double click it, Color Corrector 3-Way tab in the viewer window, and then we'll just bring our mids up just a touch. Okay, that's looking pretty good right there. Now let's say you have multiple clips that you need to apply this same filter to. Like here's another shot inside the blind. So if we want to copy and paste that, all we'll do is double click it, and instead of going to the Color Corrector 3-Way tab, we'll go to Filters. There's our Color Corrector filter. We will copy it, Command C, and then go over to this guy, double click it, make sure we're on the Filters tab, and then click Paste, Command V, and paste it on. As you can see, it's just a touch too bright though, so what we can do is tone it down just a hair. Okay, that's looking pretty good right there. So that's one option for copying and pasting filters. Your other option, we'll go ahead and delete that. The other way to do it is if you have a whole bunch of them, is you can right click the clip that the filter is applied to, go to Copy, and then highlight any subsequent clips. So say this one and this one, but in this case I only have this guy. After you have all your clips highlighted that you want to paste it to, you'll simply right click it and click on Paste Attributes. So here is the dialog box for this. It's a video attribute and it's a filter. So we'll click the filter checkbox, click on OK, and there you have it. It applies to it just like that. Perfect. So let's take a look at the other filter that I use very commonly. So this next filter is if you want to give your footage a little bit more vibrance. So we can collapse the color correction folder and we'll scroll down to Image Control. This filter is called Proc Amp. We will drag that onto this sunrise clip, double click the clip, and then here are the three options we have: Setup, Video, and Chroma. Setup is basically the blacks, so if I drag it to the left, it will darken the blacks. It's not going to be very noticeable because this is very silhouetted. And then Video is the whites. Dragging it to the right will bring up the whites. And then Chroma is what we're going to be using here. It's basically like the vibrance or the saturation. So if we drag it over to the right, you can see that it really makes it much more vibrant. So right about there looks pretty good. If you want to toggle it on and off, you can simply click the checkbox and you can see what it looks like with and without it. Okay, that's looking good. Let's take a look at one more clip where we can use this. Okay, so here we got a shot of Mad Dog. Let's go ahead and drag Proc Amp onto the clip, double click the clip. Here's our setup, video, and Chroma. So I think I'll want to bring up the Chroma just a little bit on this, give some more life to her skin. Notice the skin tone got a little warmer. And do be careful because if you crank it up too much, it can become radioactive. So again, just paying attention to the level and how high you're using it. So that looks good right about there. And again, setup is your blacks, so I probably won't do much with that. Probably won't do much with the whites either. Okay, so there's with and without, just a subtle difference. I've got one more clip to apply this to, so I'll click the filter, copy it, go over to the next clip, double click it, and paste it. So there you have it. Those are my top two most used filters for Final Cut Pro color correction. Let me know what you guys are using. I would recommend going through everything and applying it to your clips, seeing what each filter does. That's what I did before. I actually went through every single filter and see what it did. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time.